In this video, you're going to see how to integrate data from an external source into OpenStreetMap. You are responsible for ensuring you comply with all the community guidelines in terms of imports and organized editing, etc. And in particular, you want to make sure that the data is both accurate, has been converted to the OSM format, including the tagging, and the license is compatible with OpenStreetMap. Okay, up on your screen you should see the JOSM or Java OpenStreetMap Editor opening screen. The first thing we want to do is make sure we have the To-Do plugin installed. So if you go to Edit in the upper part of your screen, Preferences, and click on Plugins. So it looks like a little puzzle piece icon, and in the search box, search for To-Do. Now make sure that box is checked. If not, check it and click Update Plugins. I already have it installed, so I'm just going to hit Cancel. Now we want to, for reference, put some imagery into the editor. So the imagery menu up in the top of the screen, click, and let's click the OpenStreetMap Carto, and also click imagery and Bing aerial imagery. You can use anything in here. Everything that's listed in your screen we have, or OpenStreetMap has legal permission to use. I'm just going to pick Bing for now. And the reason we're doing this, besides the fact that I hate working with a blank canvas, is we want to do a sanity check on all of these individual objects. It is not unheard of for data to be wildly inaccurate, to end up somewhere in the middle of the ocean or something because someone fat-fingered something. There was an incorrect projection of the data, or reprojection of the data, or translating between different datums. It happens. So we want to make sure that the data is at least generally in the right location. And as we'll see, we'll do some other checks with it. So now I'm going to bring in the new data. So I've just named mine new trails.osm, drag and drop it into the main map screen. And what we want to do is select all those trails and put them in the to-do list. So edit, search, and if you've done your translation and your tagging correct, you should be able to search for highway equals path. In your search string, click search. You can see here we have 5 objects selected, and we're going to go down here to the to-do list in the lower right hand corner, click add, and there you can see the 5. So click zoom, and let's turn off Bing for a moment. We can see that indeed this trail does not exist in OpenStreetMap. So what we want to do is actually download a little chunk of data from the OpenStreetMap server and then manually integrate it. And then once we've done our manual integration and checks, we upload it back to the OSM server. So click this down green arrow to download data. Download from OSM, this tab up here. And very, very important, make sure download as new layer. If you just click download, it will merge automatically all the data from OSM with the new trail data, which is not what we want. We're going to manually go through one by one and check each one. So download as new layer, and you can see we have data layer 10. In your screen it might say data layer 1 or whatever number you're on. The number is not important. So now go make the new trails data active by clicking the extreme left of the layers list. So the little check mark, green check mark is next to it. Go to edit, merge selection. So it's basically going to merge that one trail into the downloaded data. All right, and now we want to make the OSM data active, and we'll just turn off the visibility of the new data, so we don't confuse ourselves. And let's turn on some imagery. All right, so in OSM, even though like this trail ends at the edge of the street here, we actually want to snap it or connect it to the street, because someone could walk from the street to the trail or vice versa. So for routing purposes, we want things connected. So I'll hit A for add on my keyboard, and I'll select that final node. Node is an OSM term for an object that can serve either as a vertex or a standalone point feature, or both. And I'll click on that, and then I'll click somewhere on the road, and it could be an existing node or it could be between nodes. I'll just click on this node here, double click, so we're done. We happen to have imagery here that shows a trail, and the trail ends a little bit short of where the data shows it. So I hit select, clicked on that node, and just move that end node over a little bit. All right, so it all looks good. I mean, obviously this looks reasonable. We're not out in the middle of the ocean. The trail's not running off a cliff or something. So we can go ahead and click upload, so the green up arrow, and we need to have a comment, so I'll just say added trail. So you'll have to type that, added trail. JOSM remembers previous comments, so that's kind of handy. And then I'll just put data from the city of Castle Rock. Again, you'll have to type that all out. JOSM remember that I've done this before. And I'll have upload changes. All right. So now we want to delete the data layer we downloaded from OSM, because we're done with it. And we'll make the new trail data again visible by clicking on this little eye icon. And we'll hit, and down here in the to-do list, we'll click mark. We're marking it off the to-do list. And then it automatically brings up the next trail to add. So let's turn off the imagery, and we can see indeed that that trail is not in OpenStreetMap. So again, we'll click download. Again, very important, download as new layer. And we'll make new trails data active, and edit merge selection, and then we'll make the OSM downloaded data active, turn off the visibility of the new trails, turn on the imagery. So we're going to connect it to this road here, this cul-de-sac. So just hit A for add, click that final node, and then click on the road. Now over here on the south, I'm going to zoom in on that. You can see that the trails, this new trail is not connected to the existing trail. So we can just select that final node, move it over so it's on top, more or less, of the existing one, and hit J for join, and it joins the two together. So, and again, a sanity check, looks reasonable even if the trail wasn't shown in imagery. We could see again it wasn't, this is not wildly inaccurate in terms of being off in the Pacific Ocean or something, or being 1,000 miles long. Believe me, it happens. So we want accurate, good data in OSM. All right, so upload. Again, JOSM remembers our comment and our data source, so just upload changes and then delete that downloaded data from OSM, make the new trails again visible, and mark. And you just repeat that until your to-do list is empty. So interesting. This is an example of probably a trail that should not be added. It doesn't look like a trail. It looks like a drainage. So in this case, actual ground truthing might be required. But this video is not about that. It's about showing you how to integrate known good data into OpenStreetMap. Again, please follow all the guidelines from the community, and happy editing.